If you're a fan of K-dramas or grew up watching child stars blossom into legends, then today's video is a must-watch. In this episode, we're diving deep into the untold story behind one of Korea's most beloved actresses, Kim Yoo Jung. From her picture-perfect image on screen to the silent struggles she faced growing up under relentless spotlight, there's so much you've never seen or heard before. We're revealing the hidden pressure, the emotional scars, and the strength it took for her to survive and thrive in an industry that never sleeps. So if you thought you knew Kim Yoo Jung, think again. Don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell so you never miss the truth behind your favorite stars. Let's uncover the side of Kim Yoo Jung the cameras never showed. From the moment she first appeared on television at the tender age of 4, Kim Yoo Jung seemed destined to become a star. With her cherubic face, bright eyes, and effortless charm, she quickly earned the title of Nation's Little Sister, a nickname that would follow her for years. But behind the lights, the applause, and the perfectly delivered lines, was a childhood that many would call anything but normal. This is the story you never heard. This is the side they never showed you. This is Kim Yoo Jung. Beyond the fame, a childhood stolen by stardom. When most children were learning how to tie their shoelaces, Kim Yoo Jung was memorizing scripts. She made her acting debut in 2003, and by the age of 6, she had already appeared in multiple dramas and commercials. While her peers played in schoolyards, she was on set from dawn till dusk. The roles came quickly. So did the expectations. Casting directors praised her ability to cry on cue, to deliver emotions that even adult actors struggled with. But few ever stopped to ask, how does a child understand grief, loss, or heartbreak so deeply? The answer, in truth, is chilling. She learned it through exhaustion, pressure, and the unrelenting demand to be perfect. Smiling for the camera, crying in silence. To the public eye, Kim Yoo Jung was always smiling. Whether it was a red carpet, a behind-the-scenes clip, or a promotional event, she radiated joy. But insiders now admit that behind that smile was a deep fatigue, both physical and emotional. She would often sleep in vans between shoots, her schoolwork piling up in the back seat. There were days when she'd shoot emotional scenes for hours and go straight to tutoring afterward. Her only rest came during the occasional lunch break, if she was lucky enough to get one. There were no birthday parties.
No sleepovers.
No real friends outside the industry. For a child, that kind of life can steal more than innocence. It can steal identity. I forgot who I was. In a rare interview during her teenage years, Kim Yoo Jung once confessed, I didn't know who I was without a script. It was a simple sentence, but it shook the hearts of many fans. The girl who had lived in front of the camera was finally revealing the price of growing up in its shadow. She spoke of sleepless nights, self-doubt, and even moments when she questioned whether acting was truly her dream or everyone else's dream for her. But she never complained. Not once. Because in her words, complaining wouldn't change the schedule. The turning point. A health scare that changed everything. In 2016, at the height of her rising fame, Kim Yoo Jung suddenly disappeared from public view. Rumors swirled, tabloids speculated, and fans feared the worst. Eventually, her agency released a statement. She had been diagnosed with a serious health condition stemming from fatigue and stress. She was only 17. The diagnosis was a wake-up call. It forced her to slow down, to reflect, and for the first time to say no. She took time off, retreated from the limelight, and focused on healing both her body and mind. It was during this time that she began reading books not related to acting, painting, even writing poems. Things that helped her discover Yoo Jung the person, not just Yoo Jung the actress. Rising again, but on her own terms. When she returned to the screen, something had changed. Her performances were deeper, more layered, and more real. But more importantly, her eyes were different, less wide-eyed, more aware. She chose roles that reflected her inner growth. Characters who were flawed, vulnerable, and strong. Whether it was Love in the Moonlight, Clean with Passion for Now, or Backstreet Rookie, she brought a maturity to her roles that showed she wasn't just surviving the industry. She was owning it. She also began to speak more openly about mental health, about the importance of rest, and about not letting fame define your worth. What you didn't see. You didn't see the days she came home from a shoot and cried in bed from exhaustion. You didn't see the rejection she faced when directors said she was too cute or not mature enough. You didn't see the loneliness of being a child surrounded by adults 24/7. You didn't see the girl behind the red carpet gown, wishing she could wear school uniforms with friends instead. But through all of that, Kim Yoo Jung endured. And that endurance, that quiet strength, is what makes her story so much more powerful than any drama she starred in. A message to her fans. In a fan letter posted on her 20th birthday, Kim Yoo Jung wrote, "I'm still learning who I am, but I'm proud of how far I've come, and thankful to those who believed in me when I didn't believe in myself." It was raw, it was vulnerable, and it was real. Today, Kim Yoo Jung stands not just as an actress, but as a symbol of quiet resilience. She didn't rebel. She didn't crash. She didn't burn out in public. She endured. She grew. And she conquered silently. Final thoughts. In a world obsessed with perfection, Kim Yoo Jung reminds us that behind every flawless image is a story of struggle. That behind every rising star is a childhood filled with sacrifice. And that sometimes the strongest people are the ones who never said they were hurting. So next time you see her smile, remember, it's not just the smile of an actress. It's the smile of a survivor. The price of perfection, what it took to stay on top. What does it take to be perfect? For Kim Yoo Jung, the answer was everything. To remain relevant in an industry where attention is fleeting and competition is brutal, she had to constantly evolve. While others had the luxury of learning and failing in private, every mistake she made, every awkward growth spurt, every pimple, every emotional outburst was magnified by cameras and dissected by the public. Even as she transitioned from child roles to teen dramas, the pressure didn't fade, it intensified. Netizens questioned her every outfit, criticized her body during puberty, and debated whether she could survive the transition from child actress to adult lead. The truth is, many child stars don't survive that transition. But Kim Yoo Jung did, by sheer force of will. She studied harder, trained her acting voice, took dance and movement classes, practiced emotional control for crying scenes. Not because anyone asked her to, but because she knew that in the cutthroat world of Korean entertainment, you're only as good as your last performance. Behind the scenes, a family's silent sacrifice. While fans often praise her talent and visuals, few know the backbone behind her journey. Her mother. Kim Yoo Jung's mom quit her job to manage her daughter's budding career full-time. She was not just a parent, but also a manager, chauffeur, tutor, and emotional support system. The two spent years together on the road, often with Yoo Jung sleeping on her mother's lap between shoots. But even with such support, the burden was heavy. There were times when Yoo Jung would break down backstage, whispering, "I'm so tired, Mom," only to pull herself together seconds later when the camera turned on. To protect her daughter's dreams, her mother sacrificed her own. Isolation in the spotlight. Fame brings fans, but it often robs you of friends. While Yoo Jung attended school like other kids, she was never really one of them. Her classmates admired her, but from a distance. Teachers gave her extra attention. Classmates often avoided saying the wrong thing, and whispers followed her in the hallways. She couldn't eat at the cafeteria, couldn't participate in class trips, couldn't cry over heartbreak like a normal teenager, because the headlines would twist it into scandal. As she once said in an interview, "I envied my friends who could just go to school and hang out at convenience stores afterward. That seemed like such a luxury to me." The transition to womanhood. Scrutiny at every step. As she grew older, Kim Yoo Jung's image slowly matured, but so did the public's judgment. Every skirt length, every photo shoot, every scene with romantic overtones became a target. Some criticized her for growing up too fast. Others said she lost her innocent charm. And yet others demanded she stay the same forever. But Kim Yoo Jung refused to let others define her. In one bold move, she took on the drama Backstreet Rookie, where her role demanded comedic timing, physicality, and maturity, a clear message that she was not a child anymore. While some criticized the show's tone, others praised her for breaking free from the child star box. This wasn't rebellion. This was reinvention, battling inner demons, anxiety, doubt, and self-worth. In a 2022 talk show appearance, Kim Yoo Jung opened up about battling anxiety during the peak of her career. Sometimes I'd finish filming and go home, and I'd just stare at the ceiling wondering, am I good enough? Do people love the real me? Or just the character I play? She admitted to having panic attacks, especially before live events. Despite her fame, there was always a lingering fear of not being enough. Not pretty enough, not talented enough, not successful enough compared to other young stars. But she never let it stop her. She began therapy, practiced meditation, started journaling, and slowly she found peace not in applause, but in her own growth. Her new era, confidence without compromise. Now in her mid-20s, Kim Yoo Jung is entering what many call her golden era. But it's not just about bigger roles or luxury endorsements. It's about self-possession. She chooses scripts that resonate with her. She turns down offers that don't align with her values. She surrounds herself with genuine friends rather than I&D.